Hey guys, it's Ben. It is Monday afternoon. Been getting some chores done. I'm trying to not make this video as serious and as much of a buzzkill as yesterday's was. Okay, so first off, Outlaw Nights is coming to Indiegogo on September 24th. It's gonna be awesome. Gonna be bitching. We got 8 days. You know, it's funny, I was excited for like, you know, a week ago. Now I'm like nervous. Now I'm like, oh God, it's getting closer again. I just keep ping-ponging back and forth. Yeah. So I was kind of thinking about what I was talking about at the end of my video the day before last. Just you know, more fun step into nostalgia. I've been on the nostalgia train like a lot of people, but I don't, you know, I don't, as much as the media would love to have you believe it, I don't believe that that is due to the fact that it's some kind of trait that's just kind of inherent with honky males like myself. No. It is due to the fact that, you know, the quality of production and the quality of writing and everything has been going downhill because political correct lockstep crap has been pushed to the forefront of American pop culture. Yay. Ben, I just broke my own damn rule by doing that. I was thinking about Wenger. If you guys haven't heard of him, you should hear of him. Wenger, I'm going to be on his show on Tuesday, and that's actually tomorrow. And tonight, this is a sidebar. Tonight, I'm going to be on Archangel's Arc Comics channel. I'm so sorry if I butchered the hell out of that. I'm going to be on his channel tonight around 6. That should be really fun. Talking about Outlaw Nights, of course. And, you know, just shooting the stuff. What am I doing? Shying away from curse words. Anyway, I was thinking about Wenger, and I was thinking about his project Super Harem. And I love how, you know, of course, the subject matter of Super Harem is enough to drive SJWs into the mental institution where they belong. But, you know, I think part of what I like about it, aside from the obvious jokes, I like it because it kind of reminds me of one of my favorite shows growing up, Tenchi Muyo. I was, you know, when it comes to anime, I'm very, very, very selective. I find that it's like you got some animes that are very good. They break a lot. You know, they give you new things to think about, new fun concepts to explore. And then most other anime is just derivative of those. I mean, like Dragon Ball, for example. Dragon Ball it's a huge hit, and the fact is, Dragon Ball, it's the techniques and the different little abilities. What am I saying? God, not the ability. The overall structure of Dragon Ball and the things like, you know, energy coming out of the hands, the power-ups and all that. There's little bits of that sprinkled in almost every other anime. Pieces of Dragon Ball, it's like you can see the DNA, you can see it in the DNA of other projects. And I would consider it similar with Tenchi, only I know Tenchi Muyo was very specific. It was harem comedy, which normally I'm not a fan of. I think it's obviously, it's like a bunch, whenever I think of a harem comedy, I think of a dude who has not had sex in years, who just like decides like, well, I'm gonna write my dream women and I'm gonna have like 50 of them and they're all gonna think I'm hot and that I'm the best. You know, it's like a 5-year-old trying it, you know. So I mean, for the most part, I'm not a fan of harem anime at all, but I liked Tenchi for a lot of reasons, one of which being, you know, there were nice moments of actual character growth or giving a window into a character's psyche. There were a few moments of those sprinkled within the series that were just enough to hook me. And also I find, you know, the characters were fun, they were interesting, albeit Tenchi himself was the worst character on the show. Tenchi, you know, you got like all these women basically throwing themselves at him, and he is not only like turned off by that, but he's just straight up like repulsed and disgusted to the point of like, oh my god, there's a pretty woman touching me. Like, you know, it was the whole time you just want to smack him across the fucking face, you know. It's just like, dude, you know, you're living the dream, you ass, you know. But of course, you know, Tenchi Muyo, Ryoko was my favorite character on that show. She was, because she was the most interesting character, because she came off as bawdy and rude and all this stuff, but, you know, it's like you could tell deep down there was like a lot of pain that she was sort of masking with that. I just like those. I like that kind of character development. I like fleshing out characters, making them human. That is, you know, my favorite thing in storytelling. You know, and it's like, especially like when you have a fantasy atmosphere, and then you tell real stories within that. Like that's the ultimate for me. Yeah, so Super Harem, I think in terms of its vibe, it gives me a lot of that Tenchi Muyo vibe, particularly from the promotional art. Now granted, I think Super Harem most likely is not gonna have the same type of themes that Tenchi had. Tenchi, you know, especially the first OVA series, it was like they had the very simple premise of nerdy guy gets a lot of women, and then but then from there it was like we have to build this very elaborate world, you know, this very elaborate set of universal rules and mythos and all that, but all of that was just built to supplement the fact that, you know, it's a guy with a bunch of hot women throwing themselves at him all the time. You know, whoever wrote Tenchi, they were very sporadic, and they seemed to change their mind an awful lot. So yeah, this is kind of my mini little topic for the day. I wanted to go on a lighter note today, just because I feel like I've been, I don't know, kind of a buzzkill on my last couple of videos, but I still feel like it was important for me to just kind of get that out, just because it's like, you know, too much sidetracking when it comes to making these comics. Too much of this silliness, this petty crap. You know, enough is enough. Anyway, Outlaw Nights is coming to Indiegogo in 8 days at the stroke of midnight. That means going from the 23rd to the 24th. We're going to be hitting it that midnight. So that's when it's going to be launching. Hopefully a bunch of y'all, I think a bunch of y'all will be up. I think a lot of night owls are in Comicsgate, so I think that should work out fine. And I also want to do it just because I want to do it. I want to get this thing going. It's going to be rolling for a while. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. Check me out on Arc City Comics later on today, and on Wenger's channel tomorrow afternoon around 6. Thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow.